It costs how much? In this video, we're gonna explore the cost of living in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We're gonna compare it to other competing cities like Denver, Dallas, Phoenix, and Las Vegas to see how we stack up against other cities in the Southwest. Plus, we're gonna go through my utility bills so you understand how much it costs for gas, electric, water, trash even. How do our property taxes stand up? We're gonna cover all this stuff. Plus, stay to the end of this video where you're gonna meet Pat and Kayla, a young couple who's relocating from Savannah, Georgia to the American Southwest. We're gonna hear about their story and what they found to be some tips and tricks about making the move easy as possible. This is all about Albuquerque. Hey, it's Skip at SoldbySkip, and we post videos like this every week. So if it's your first time to the channel and you want to learn everything about Albuquerque, including what it's like to live here, work here, play here, then be sure to tap that subscribe button and ring the little bell. That way you're notified every time we post a new video. Now, my team has been helping people from all over the world now buy and sell homes here in Albuquerque, and we look forward to connecting with you too. So give me a call or shoot me a text. So what does it cost to live in Albuquerque, New Mexico? The major driving forces of cost of living would be property taxes and property values, first and foremost. When it comes to budgeting for that move, you have to understand down to the penny what you can expect to pay. I want to introduce you to my bills. If you're like me, I'm on auto draft, so I don't really check my monthly statements every month just because sometimes it's better not to know. Starting first is the water bill. So in Albuquerque, the water utility runs with the property, not with the property owner. So when you close on a property, the escrow company is going to pay off the remaining balance of the water bill so that when you move into the property, you've got a zero payment. I live in a house, not bragging, 2,200 square feet, and there's 4 of us that live here. So our monthly bill this month was $72, and that breaks down as a base charge, but it breaks down to about $72 a month for 4 people to live in a house this size. So as a father of 2 under 2, especially during the summertime, you always want to find a way to cut costs. Now, we don't have a swimming pool here at our house, but in Albuquerque, swimming pools, you can only use them half of the year. But I found a way to save some costs on water and also provide some entertainment during the summertime for the 2 under 2. Take a look at this mister I found on Amazon for like 20 bucks. Birdie spends all day running in and out of the misters and playing at the water table. The water table is this cool thing we also found on Amazon, which keeps her occupied, keeps her cool. And speaking of costs of living, dude, anybody want to take an over-under guess on how much it's going to cost to replace our air conditioner? Yeah, it's 100 degrees outside and it just went out. Let's talk about electric. Here's the electric bill. Now, the electricity service company in New Mexico is called P&M, and that's what? Power New Mexico? I don't know, something like that. P&M. Let's see, in the middle of summer, the amount of my last bill was about $99 a month. And again, that's for a 2,200 square foot house with 4 people living in it. Now, running our air conditioner, because it gets hot, we'll touch 100 maybe 5 days out of the year. So that AC is gonna be pumping. So here we are in the middle of summer, and my bill jumped up to about $195 a month. So that's for a total kilowatt hour usage of 1,112 kilowatts for the month. And that equals about $195. Next, let's jump into the gas company. Hey, $23 for gas. That's not bad. How do they even charge this? CCF, therms? I use 13 therms? What? 13 therms costs you $23 here in New Mexico. And we're an oil and gas state, so I'm sure we get some pretty good deals on natural gas when it comes to the winter. Question, which social media platform are you most active on? Are you big into Instagram, or do you prefer to tweet? Whatever your answer, I'd love for you to connect with me there. I want to be a resource for you on the platform that matters most to you. So subscribe, and I'll see you there soon. It's also that time of year where I get to renew my auto registration through the MVD. Here in New Mexico, it's the motor vehicle division, not the DMV. You do have to renew your smog emissions every 2 years. 1 year is $51, or you get the opportunity to do it for 2 years for $100. And that's easy to do on the website, so you don't have to go into the MVD, which is everybody's favorite place to be. Major driving forces of cost of living would be property taxes and property values. So whenever you're estimating how much property taxes are going to be, typically you can take the cost of the house, the purchase price, and multiply it by 1.2%. And that's going to give you an annual rate of what you can expect your property taxes to be. So many times when you're buying or selling a home, you forget to calculate, oh yeah, property taxes. So as a tip, it's always 1.2% as an average. Now, I was born and raised in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I moved away for a little while out to California. So I've got a pretty good take on what the sticker shock can be living in California versus living in Albuquerque. But in this video, we're gonna compare and contrast how we stack up to other cities in the Southwest to find out why Albuquerque is the last affordable city in the Southwest and why people are starting to find out about it. Let's jump into, first and foremost, property values. Now, the median home price in Albuquerque is still under $350,000. So in this video, we're gonna take a tour of what you can get for $350,000, $475,000, all the way almost to $1 million to see how far your dollar will stretch here in Albuquerque. This is what a 3-bedroom, 2-bath for $350,000 looks like in Albuquerque. Typical open floor plans, southwestern tile, 3 beds, 2 bath with separate living spaces with an office. So $350,000 will get you a nice starter home on the west side of town with all the amenities that you would want or expect to have in a newer home. People like the west side of town because it's got access to hiking along the volcanoes, newer shopping centers, and just newer construction in general. Plus, you always hear me say it, but the west side of town has the best views. On the west side of town, if you want newer construction, this is where you want to be. This is where most of the builders are in town, and this property is listed for $475,000. It's a 3-bedroom with an office with fantastic high ceilings. But what I love about the west side is there's that mountain view out the backyard. So these style finishes you would expect to find on a much, much more expensive home. But since we're on the west side of town, it's gonna be a little bit more affordable. Your money's gonna go a lot further. And so the finishes here, look at this, all glass showers. So this is, under $500,000. So this is why people enjoy living on the west side of town, just because it's a little bit more affordable, but it's the last place in town you can get new home construction for under $500,000. Jumping up in price in this home tour, we're gonna explore the Corrales neighborhood. This is right along the Rio Grande River Valley. This property sits on an acre of land, which is perfect for horses if you're into equestrian lifestyle. But this is the quintessential New Mexico feel. Exposed brick floors and wood beam ceilings, and these kiva fireplaces that are very unique to our region. This property is under $900,000. So for $875,000, you get this gorgeous 3-bedroom, 3,300 square foot, quintessential New Mexico style. And this is why people flock here. So again, nice spa style bathroom, all the great finishes that you would expect from an upscale home. And a price point for an acre, you're still under $1 million. So that's the beauty of moving to Albuquerque and the surrounding areas, is that your dollar is gonna go a lot further. I've put together a comprehensive relocation guide that's gonna show you all the tips and tricks and all the hot spots of here in Albuquerque, and to lay out a roadmap for you if you're considering making a move to, in, or around Albuquerque. Just follow the link below. I was lucky enough to have the president and CEO of the Albuquerque Region Economic Alliance on our podcast this week to talk about what things are changing in Albuquerque and what we're doing to invite new industry. And on their website, one of the cool features is the cost of living calculator. So I took some time to poke around the abq.org website to find out what our cost of living is and how we stack up to other cities in the area. I invite you to check out abq.org, and on this website, you can visit the livability tab, and there's some good information here about what it's like living in Albuquerque, demographics, climate, all types of different stats about population. Look at that. Our population is growing. But if you click here on cost of living, they have a cost of living calculator, and it'll tell you kind of where we stack up according to the national average. So national average is 100. Our cost of living here is about 94. So around surrounding areas like San Antonio, Phoenix, Tucson, we are by far the most affordable and last affordable city in the Southwest. On this cost of living calculator, you can type in your base salary. Say you're making $100,000 in San Diego, and you're moving to Albuquerque, you basically only have to be making $65,000 here to enjoy the same lifestyle. Groceries are cost about 12% less, housing 60% less, utilities 15%, transportation 30% less, healthcare, we're just crushing in all categories here. Yeah, our median household income here is about $65,000. So if you can hit $65,000, you'll be doing okay here. But what I like about this is you can pump in any city and it'll show how we compare here in Albuquerque to the cost of living in that city. So I want you to meet some friends of mine who had the opportunity to relocate here to New Mexico to work at Kirtland Air Force Base. Now they're leaving Savannah, Georgia, which is in the south, super humid, big bugs, to come all the way out here to the high desert of Albuquerque. You're gonna hear about why they chose to work in Albuquerque, what their transition has been like, and just kind of get an outsider's perspective of why people are choosing to move to Albuquerque.
You know, I've enjoyed it. It's a lot of different areas, and like it's kind of cool being able to go to a place like Corrales, see the rural areas. You're still close to shopping, and then still 15 minutes later be downtown or into some of the suburban areas. I think what I've enjoyed is like I drove around the town the first time was always seeing the Sandia Mountains. That's something I'd missed living in Georgia, and I'm going to kind of enjoy like that commute to work now. I'm looking at the mountains, so that's kind of a nice thing to bring back.
Think about the elevation, the food, the views. I mean, what are you feeling so far as someone who's never even been here?
Having a little bit of elevation, you know, sickness, but that's to be expected. Okay. The views are beautiful, so I feel like I'm at home again.
That's good.
So I'm loving that. I'm loving the downtown area.
We explored Sawmill. We had breakfast at Sawmill.
Yep.
Which I think is a great entree into Albuquerque because it shows that we are up and coming. We're growing. We are, you know, we have cool venues. It
gives me a Denver vibe.
Enough amenities to feel like you've got the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, it's exceeded my expectations.
All right, we like hearing that. Yeah, this is what our show's all about. All right, yeah.
You know, and Skip has been great.
Yeah.
We couldn't have done it without him. You know, he's fun. He's making this process easy, painless, and fun.
Okay.
I think, especially with the horse stuff, we found Albuquerque pretty unique to where, you're right, normally if you want to do that kind of thing, you're driving far out of town, but here, there's places we could board a horse in the valley, up in Corrales. You're still close to town, and you're riding great trails right in the river. Mm-hmm. They could also run and bike, so like having that whole trail network along the river is super unique.
Plus, I sat down with the president and CEO of the Albuquerque Region Economic Alliance, Danielle Casey, to hear what Albuquerque's doing to bolster our economy, bring new industry in, and generally just see how Albuquerque stacks up to our competing cities for cost of living, ease of living, all the reasons that industries are choosing to come to New Mexico. What's really going on here?
There is a lot going on in aerospace and defense in terms of ancillary businesses and services. So the opportunity for private business now to integrate as service providers is unbelievable. So definitely check that out. Renewable and clean energy operations. We are seeing a lot of inquiries nationally and locally on manufacturing related to solar industries, manufacturing related to clean energy. So universal hydrogen was one announcement that we had recently that's going to go over near the airport that we helped on. Then companies need aftercare. How do we help them find the labor and the talent? As you know, if we're bringing anybody in from outside, where are they going to live, and who's helping them with that? So it's exactly.
There's a supporting cast in all of this, and it trickles down to many different industries that say, hey, it's conducive for you to raise your hand and be part of this movement.
Yeah.
So again, if you're thinking about making that move to, in, or around Albuquerque, I encourage you to reach out. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, and I'll reach out to you personally. Wait. Before you leave, I want to share another video you might find informative by clicking up here. And lastly, friends, don't forget to subscribe by clicking this link to stay up to date with future videos. As always, visit SoldbySkip.com for a free list of homes priced to sell. Thanks for watching.